Alright everybody, it's Wade with 365 Thermal again, and today I'm going to be doing a full review on the Nocpix Slim L35 Thermal Rifle Scope. This thing, I would say, is one of a kind, but they actually have two versions of this. So this is the L35, and then they have the H35 also, but the design itself is one of a kind, and so is the mounting system. This is a thermal rifle scope and a monocular all into one. Check it out. That's right, guys. I said it. It is a thermal rifle scope and a monocular all into one. It's not the first time this concept has been, put out there, but it is the first time that it's had its own specific mount to make that possible, where you could do it all in the same hunt. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this right off the bat because a lot of people are going to have different questions about it. So this is the mount that goes for the Slim. It comes with this mount. And so right here is where it's going to snap onto your pick rail. You have a cantilever right there for that. Snaps on your pick rail on that side. On the opposite side, you'll see this nice little magnetic ring. That's actually a glow-in-the-dark ring so that you can find it in the dark to snap it back down. And it has a separate cantilever, just like that. Now, to show you how this works, just going to go right into it here. You have a ring right here on the front of the scope that's got its own little ring. You literally just pair the two together, just like that. Snap it back down, and there it goes. Solid as ever. Return to zero mount with the cantilever, double cantilevers. And of course, if you want to take the whole thing off and have it return to zero, take the whole thing off of the pick rail. You can do it like that. But if you're using it for a monocular, of course, in the middle of your hunt and snapping it back down onto your rifle so you can shoot through it, put it back onto the actual mount itself, bam, there you go. Quick and easy. It's not complicated, guys. Whenever I first heard about this, I thought it was going to be maybe somewhat cumbersome, and kind of a problem. And I still wouldn't do it in close quarters, right? So this has a 3.5 base mag. It's kind of intended for a little bit longer of a distance at a 384. However, if I'm hunting a space that's like 100 yards or less, I'm probably not going to try doing the whole monocular to a rifle scope thing if I'm calling coyotes and they're going to be coming in hot. Other critters or something like that just kind of moseying around, that would be a whole different story. But just putting that out there in a practical situation, guys. Wonderful concept, wonderful idea, and it does work. You just have to be mindful of when you're going to use it. All right? So, get right into it here. I am just going to go ahead and step you guys through the different parts of the scope, physical parts of the scope. I cannot talk. You guys will have to forgive me on that one. But we went over the mounting system and everything, but we're just going to go ahead and start into the front of it. Of course, it has this nice little single lever lens cover here. It's just got that. It does snap back into place, as you can hear there. It's got 35 millimeter lens. You've got your front diopter focus. Yes, I'm moving the lens cap just so you can do that. And I can move this lens cap wherever I want just to show you guys that. You can rotate it however you want. But so you're wondering, you're like, oh, that just flopped out. No, I unlatched it. It didn't flop out of there. So you got your front diopter focus here. On the top, you've got 3 buttons. Okay, right here on the top. You've got a down, an M for your menu, and an up. Of course, they all do different functions. Your up, if you long press it, it is going to be for your picture-in-picture. You do a double tap with a long press on the second, it will bring up your picture-in-picture. And the single press on that is going to be your digital zoom function, okay? So you have a 3.5 base mag on this thing. Your picture-in-picture is going to start at a 7x base mag. And your total digital zoom is going to go from 3.5 to 14 for your actual scope. And your picture-in-picture is going to go from a 7 to a 28. So just keep that in mind. Your menu here, you press it once, it's going to be your short menu. So that's like brightness, contrast, different color palettes, stuff like that. And it's also your select button. And then, of course, you also, long press, on that is going to be your big menu, turning off certain functions, stuff like that, your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that. And then, of course, the down button here, as you see, is going to be for your capture button. You press it once, it's going to capture a photo. Press and hold, and that is how you're going to record your hunts. This does also have the RAV function, so that's recoil activated video for those of you that are curious. The only other button on this optic is going to be your power button here on the left side. Now, its counterpart on the right side, that looks new. Not a whole lot of those see that. So this is actually a magnetic charging port. And it does come with a USB cable. USB cable here that has the magnetic charging port for that. So if you wanted to use an external battery pack with it, plug your USB part into that, and it has the USB plug right there available. And all it does, guys, here, I'll just show you. You literally just take that little cover off, and right here, bam, you can hear it, magnetic, snaps right into place. You also have the availability of using it with a USB-C. So it's actually a USB-C underneath, and all you got to do is literally just push that right out. Push that right out, and right there's going to be your USB-C port. And if you look, it's actually, that's how it plugs in. There you go, if I can show you guys that. There you go. So it is all in one right there. You can use that for different battery styles, using it to a battery pack or to charge. And the main battery source on this is going to be right here under this cap. And it is a single flat top 18650 battery. And it comes with two of those. It comes with an actual 18650 charger and everything. This whole entire scope setup has everything that you need to get started, guys. So all in one, everything comes with, like I said, the different cables, the charger, all that, two batteries. You are ready, set to go. And then last but not least, you have your rear eye focus here, your eye cup, and your display screen in there. That is the entire physical part of the scope. Of course, guys, I am now going to go ahead and go into the specifications on this, and we'll talk a little bit more. Going on to the specifications. So, the Slim L35 thermal rifle scope / monocular. It has a 384 by 288 sensor that is going to be a 12 micron and sub 18 millikelvin NET. It does have a 50 hertz frame rate, 35 millimeter objective lens. Again, I already told you guys it has the 3.5 base mag that's going to give you more distance on a 384. That's why you often see 384s with a higher base mag than a 640. And just the way they're manufactured, it's easier to get that resolution on a lower base mag than it is a higher base mag as you move up. So, 1800 meter detection range, and that's again about a 6-foot target, so pretty much a human standing out there 1800 meters. It does have the 0.39 AMOLED display screen, and that is going to be a 1024 by 768. The battery's type is a single 18650 battery. Again, that is a flat top battery. Nocpix includes two of them in the box, and that gives you around a 4-hour runtime. It says 4-hour runtime, total runtime, with an 8+ hour standby time. So keep that in mind. You got two of them, double that amount of time. That's on one. It does picture and video, audio recording. That has a 32 gigabyte memory in it. Wi-Fi to the app. You can stream this to your Nocpix app on your phone. And that is pretty much it, guys. So going back to the full functions on this scope, I actually went out and used it as a monocular the other day. And I'm going to share a little bit of this video here throughout this review. I saw a fox out amongst these deer, and I just got the idea that I was going to try to stock up on it because I watched it bed down. So I got within 20 yards of this fox, and I should have gotten closer. I shouldn't have been greedy about it, but I snuck my phone out of my pocket, and I'm in attire just like this. I was in a t-shirt, shorts, tennis shoes, okay? Just out there, just messing around with this as a monocular. And I go out there, and I'm just tiptoeing along. The whole video takes like, 7 minutes for me to get this close to this thing, because there's also deer within 15 yards of this fox. I don't know why. He was just kind of mousing around there, but he wanted to be close to the deer. It was like some weird Pocahontas deal where the deer and the fox were friends. I don't know. But they didn't seem to mind that he was there, and he wasn't messing with them. So he just bedded down near them. So I'm trying not to spook them off. And I get really close to this thing, and I just snuck my phone out of my pocket facing me. And I slowly brought up my video, switched it to the front, switched it to flash, and as soon as I hit it, I thought that the flash on the phone was going to be strong enough to be able to at least, get the fox in the video as he, sprung up and ran off. And he did, of course. As soon as I hit the flash, he sprung up and ran off. You'll see that in the video on this. But I didn't get anything on my phone. All you could see is black. So that was kind of a bummer. Lesson learned there. Next time I'll just see how close I can really get to him. But it was a unique experience. It was a lot of fun. I like doing stuff like that. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen where I've had, coyotes within, roughly 10 to 15 yards of me as well. So something new, something different. I try to be a better hunter, so to speak, and just kind of push the limits to see what I can get away with. Of course, you take into all the different considerations, you being quiet, wind in your favor, stuff like that. It doesn't always work out, but it's fun to do nonetheless. Anyways, guys, enough on that. If you want to buy this optic right here, I will have the link in the description below. Please, I would greatly appreciate your business. Again, I'm Wade with 365 Thermal. My business is 365thermal.shop. I will have that link in the description as well. So if you want to buy any other night vision, thermals, tripods, hunting lights, you name it, guys, I got it on there. Or you can give me a call if you want to talk about different options available, what might work best for you and your budget. Give me a call, 309-333-2044. Feel free to follow 365 Thermal on all different social medias. And again, thank you guys very much for watching. If you would, please subscribe to this channel, share this with a friend, and have a good day.